Hello, everybody. Welcome. How is everybody doing? Everybody's jumping on. Please say hello when you join. Give it a couple of minutes here. See if anybody joins us. Okay, let me find myself. There we go. I found me, but I keep forgetting my laptop because I think my laptop would show me who joins. My iPad doesn't always do that. Welcome, welcome everybody. Let me see, what is today? I don't even remember the date today. Isn't that terrible? The 13th. Oh, Friday the 13th. Woohoo! Hi, everybody. Welcome. You are joining me live in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio, and I am so glad you are here. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in Ludington, Michigan. So if you live in the local area and you want to check out what all this stamping stuff is about, please reach out to me. I love to share this hobby with everybody who is interested. It is an amazing hobby. I love it more today, I think, even than the first day I started stamping. So, yeah. So welcome everybody. We are going to try to go through the housekeeping really quick, just so that you know. This is probably going to go over an hour today, so make sure you have a beverage with you and sit back and enjoy, and just know that this is being recorded. And so the beauty about that is if there's something you want to see again, or if you miss something, you can always go back and watch the replay. So welcome to those who are joining me live. Welcome to my replay watchers as well. Please like and share my Facebook page. If you see things here today that you like, you can also go over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube page, which is also under Create with Love. And the Create is with a K. So please do that. That helps me out greatly, and I appreciate you so much. So to start off with, up above here on this flyer, this is how you can go online to look at all the things Stampin' Up! Has to offer. This is my storefront, so that is what you will see when you go in there, all the things that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. So first up, those of you who are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, our June Paper Pumpkin has now shipped, so it is too late to sign up for June Paper Pumpkin, but looky what I have. Oh, I'm excited about this one. I get excited when I see a special box. Typically, the boxes are orange, thus the Paper Pumpkin. So when they change up the box, it's just really exciting because usually there's some really cool things in there. There's always cool things in there, but it coordinates. So the coordination is awesome, and I love when they do that. It's extra special when they do that. So July's Paper Pumpkin is called Sweeter Than You. August Paper Pumpkin, they are telling us the name of it is called Farmhouse Florals. And then September's is Fall for Toile. Toile is a type of, it's a fabric, it's a painting, it's a special way of doing those things. Stampin' Up! Started over a year ago. When we are in a new quarter, they give a little snippet of the 3 Paper Pumpkins that are coming out for that quarter. They do not tell you everything because they like to keep things a surprise. But in addition to that, what they started was releasing a set of dies that coordinates with those 3 months. So I wanted to let you know we are in a new quarter now. So July, you have up until July 10th to sign up for the paper pumpkin. And then check out these dies. I love it. This particular one looks like an acorn. You can always do a strawberry with it. Hint, hint, hint. Yep. There's a hello. So there's a word. There's a stitch circle. There's a leaf. And then there's a flower here. So these dies coordinate with the next 3 months paper pumpkins. This is the only way you can get it. You have to be a paper pumpkin subscriber to get these. The system is smart enough to know if you are not a paper pumpkin subscriber. So this particular set of dies, the item number for it, if you're a paper pumpkin subscriber, is 167277. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dies in it. And the fee for this set of dies is $12. So what a bargain. And yeah, you'll be able to use these not only with the kits, but you might have other things in your crafting stash that would go well with all these things. So if you are not a paper pumpkin subscriber, do it. Sign up for it. There are different ways you can do it. You can do a standing subscription like I do. You can do a prepayment of it. And when you are a standing subscription, if you see a month coming up and maybe it's not quite your cup of tea and you don't want to take the chance, you can opt out of that month. You can control everything on your Stampin' Up! Page. Everyone must now go on to Stampin' Up! And set up your own account. Number one, that leaves you in full control of your own information, your own orders, and you don't, how do I want to say this? Oh, you get rewards. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. You can get rewards. Stampin' Up! Has gone away from a host anymore because they're finding that in the direct sales world, most people are not doing parties anymore, that people are just going on and getting things as we need them or want them. Stampin' Up! Is the same way. So what did they do? They did away with the host code thing, so you no longer need $150 in orders to get the benefits. Anybody who has made up their account, opted in to the program, can now receive their own rewards on a $20 order. Now, you won't get those rewards on that order. It's for a future order. So if you place a $20 order or more today, the rewards that you earn off from that order, you will be in an account for you to use either the next time, or you can also accumulate those. So if there's something that's a little too pricey for you, you keep ordering, you keep saving your rewards. And then when you get it to a decent amount that is right for you, then you can use those rewards. You have up to a year to use your rewards. So if you earn your rewards today, which is June, you have through the end of May next year to use those, okay? So just keep that in mind also. So the first rewards that you earn will fall off. It's like a 12-month rolling rewards, okay? So just wanted to share that with you. So that is Paper Pumpkin. Stampin' Up! Oh, one of the perks of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is we, not only do we get to take advantage of the sales, but we also get our demonstrator, or what I call the Happy Shopper discount on it as well. And with that, we also get to be the first ones to see brand new products, and this month is one of those months. And this is a little sneak peek, by the way, into some online exclusives that you will be able to order in July. Now, if you've fallen in love with some of this that you're seeing and you're like, oh, I don't want to wait till July to get that, I want that now, we can actually add that to your starter kit, because your starter kit is determined by you. You get to pick $125 worth of product, pay $99, free shipping, and then you pay tax on it. Then for the rest of this quarter and all of the next quarter, you will have those months to meet the first qualification. Yeah, so how awesome is that? And once you get your demonstrator number, any order you place after you get that number, you will receive your discount on. In addition, Stampin' Up! Is so good to us. We get any specials that are going on, plus we get our discount on those specials. So if you want to get the ultimate discount on your products, please reach out to me. I want you to do what's best for you. Okay? There are no strings attached. I promise you, there's nothing hidden. You're buying those products, so once you buy them, they are yours. Okay? So just wanted to share that with you. Stampin' Up! Has launched into the scrapbooking realm about a year ago, and we are growing with our scrapbooking, and Stampin' Up! Has they are hosting a virtual event. It's called a Virtual Album Retreat, and it is going to be online July 16th, 17th, and 18th. Anybody can participate in this. We are going to be doing 12 months of scrapbook pages, and we are doing 2 pages per month. So those of you who are scrapbookers already know that's called a double page spread. Okay, so we are doing that for each of the months. Now, the cool thing about this is you'll have the directions, so you'll have the patterns to maybe use on another scrapbook page later on. Say you don't like this one for July, but you would rather this one be your October page. Well, you can change the months around on which page you want. There is so much stuff in this kit. It is phenomenal. Everything is done online. Like I said, it is a virtual, so you do not need to go anywhere. All you need to do is purchase the kit. The kit is a little pricey, but let me tell you, I've talked with other scrapbookers, and they said what you get in this kit is a phenomenal price, and it is way better than other companies that they have dealt with. So the fee for the kit is $250. That $250 gets you everything to create all the pages, and it gets you into the virtual event. There's going to be a Facebook page just for the virtual event, so don't worry if it's times that doesn't work out for you. Once you bought it, you can watch it at your leisure. You can go back and watch it as you wish. So this is the first time we've ever done anything like this, so I of course jumped in on this because I wanted to see what it was all about. And I wanted to have the experience for myself, so that when we hold the events in the future, I will be able to share my experience and what we did with everyone else. Now, there are going to be some surprises and some giveaways during this, so just saying. If this is something you are interested in, not only that, but the $250, remember I just talked about rewards, so you would earn $25 in rewards when you purchase this to use in the future. So order this, and then the next time you go into order, you will already have $25 in your rewards waiting for you. So how cool is that? So reach out to me. There are some additional supplies that you will need for this event. So if you are going to stay home and do it and you want to know what else there is, I have a list that I can share with you. I can send it to you. If you are local to me and you do not wish to purchase all the extras, we can do it here together in my Create with Love studio. And I have all the additional supplies that we're going to need. So you would not necessarily have to buy all those. So next, Stampin' Up! Has a special that they started June 3rd and goes through the 30th of June. And that is our sweet deal. This deal only pertains to any of our suites. If there are products that are not in a suite, it does not include those products. So I wanted to make that clear. So I've had a few people ask me, well, I already have that suite, but you know, I could use some more of the designer paper and I can use some more of the gems. Great. Because those products are in a suite, guess what? They do count for the 50% off. You get 50% off from the cheapest product, okay? So if you have a $52 bundle and you're getting $8 embellishments, the half off is going to be on the $8, okay? So I'm just sharing that with you so you can be a smart, better shopper when it comes to deciding how and when you want to get things. I would, if I were you, as I'm going to do my bundles, or I'm sorry, my suites that I want will be on a separate order than products from the suite. Again, the reason I'm doing that is because the half price goes on the smaller amount items, okay? So we're going to come back to that here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to share that with you. Oh my gosh, here we are, the 13th of June. And guess what? It is already, it is already too late to RSVP for any of my classes that I hold here in the Create with Love studio in June. But we are here and have the July calendar of events that are going to be here in the Create with Love studio. And you will be able to RSVP for these. So with my calendars, you can post on your calendar and not miss out on future classes because I hold the same types of classes the same Mondays of every month. So in other words, the first and last Monday of every month is a product-based class. Now the products are different and the fee is different just depending on what products we use. So for instance, July's product-based class, on July 7th, we will be gathering and using the Floral Impressions suite. And this is an online exclusive suite, so you have to go online to see what it is. It is not in any of our publications, but in this class you will receive the Strawberry Slush and Pretty and Pink gems, which are gorgeous, the Floral Impressions 12x12 DSP, and then there's foiled frames and labels ephemera pack that we will be using. The fee for the class is $44 and prepayment is due when you RSVP. It is $44 and the RSVP must be 3 weeks prior to the event because I have to order all those products and get them here in time for class. So this one, you have until June 16th, so only 3 more days in which to RSVP for this one. So see why we've skipped over June? It's quickly coming for that one. So again, first and last Monday of the month are product-based classes. The second Monday of every month is my 10-card class. All 10 cards are different. These are quick cards, but super cute cards. It is a great way to build your card collection so that as things come up in your life, you will have a card ready in your stash to pull and use for that special person that you need to send a card to or give a card to. Then the third Monday of every month is my 6-card class. My 6-card class, we do 3 different cards. We do 2 each of the 3 different cards, okay? So these cards are, they're still not that difficult to do, and I'm here to help you, but they are a step up from my 10-card class. My 10-card class is what I consider a basic card class. My 6-card class is just a step up. Like I said, it's not hard. They're still super cute, super fun cards to do, but a little more involved is all. But it's, I know every word I come up with, it sounds scary, but it's not. I promise you, I'm here and I won't let you go home without a card that you don't love, okay? And then the last Monday of July is the Florals in Bloom, and this class is $49, and the fee is due to me by July 7th. So that's what's in June. Real quick, in August, I want to go over August because you're going to find out here in a second. So Beautiful Gallery, we are going to be using that August, the first Monday in August. Then we, again, the second Monday is 10-card class, third Monday, 6-card class. And then the last Monday is usually product-based. But the 6-card class and the last product-based class in August will not be held in August. I am going to be on vacation. I am going to be on a bucket list trip that I have always wanted to take. And so, unfortunately, there will be no 6-card class and there will be no second product-based class in August. But September, I have to finish up my September one. September, we will have a launch party. So those of you who are familiar with Create with Love Studio, my launch parties are a blast. I'll be working on that schedule here coming up. So if you want to participate in the launch party, let me know before I leave on vacation, because we have to make sure you get your card kits ready. My launch parties are just that, they're a party, but we go over the brand new catalog that is coming out. You get to see the products that I have been able to pre-order, and you will actually get to see them, feel them, touch them, and maybe even stamp with them. Just saying, you know, you gather in a stamping studio, you have to stamp, right? So that is my August schedule real quick. Now the 6-card class and the 10-card class, you need to RSVP only 2 weeks prior. You do not need to prepay with those because there's no product that you have to purchase. It is a card class per se. So, all right, guys, as per my Facebook post, we are going to be looking at the Beautiful Gallery. This is the first Monday in August class, that not the cards that we're doing, but this is the product that we are going to be focusing on the first Monday in August. This suite, let me tell you, it is gorgeous. I have changed people's minds by them seeing this in person. It is absolutely stunning. It is a double bundle, so there's 2 stamp sets, 2 sets of dies. There is an embossing folder. There is some embellishments. There's some ribbon, and there's this beautiful 6x6 DSP. So this suite and any of these products count for the sweet deal that's going on right now. So if you see things here today that you like, that you have your eye on, it counts for this sale, okay? So, hopefully you'll find something you like here today, but let's go over the products real quick. This is our basic beige ribbon. It is like a linen type ribbon. It ties bows super, super nice. It is very thin, very flexible. It's a great ribbon to have. And if you have not used our basic beige color yet, it's amazing. Love it. It's different than vanilla. I absolutely love basic beige. I use it quite a bit. Then there's these embellishments. These are called pressed flower motifs. Now, they're smaller gems. As you can see, the package is small, but they're hefty. They've got just a little bit of weight to them, so just keep that in mind if you're going to put these on cards that you are going to mail out, okay? You'll probably have to do some extra postage if you use those on mailed out cards. Then we have this damask embossing folder. This is not a, what do I want to call it? We have thicker embossing folders and thinner embossing folders. And this one is one of our thinner embossing folders. Hello, whoever joined me. Facebook is not letting me see who joined. So, yeah, I'm sad. Hi, I'm not ignoring you. Hello, hello, welcome. This is the damask embossing folder, and I love it. And like I said, it's a thinner embossing folder, but yeah, it gives a great impression with it, as you will see. So that is the embossing folder. Let's take a look at this designer series paper. There is 12, actually it's 24, because our designer paper has a picture, a design on the front and a design on the back. So there are 12 different sheets. So if you have 12, you actually have 24, because like I said, there's a front and a back. So we have this one. I'm going to do the first side first. Then we have this one. And then we have this one. And we have this one. And we have this one. And I just heard something hit the floor. Not sure what that was. Making sure it wasn't something that I needed. Sorry. Then there's this one. And this one. We have this one. This one. We have this one. This one. And this one. Aren't they gorgeous? Well, wait, there's more. That's just side one. So there's the 12 different. Let's take a look at the back. So we have this one. We have this one. We have this one. And this one. And this one. And this one. And this. And this, and this, and this one, and this one, and this one. The hardest part is deciding which you want to use, which side you want to use, and if you want to cut it up. I'm telling you, it pulls on my heart every time I go to cut this, because it's like, oh, I just hurt the other side. Yep, but you can only use one side at a time. And you know what? Stampin' Up! Would gladly sell you more. So there's that. Okay. Oh, I just closed. Now we're going to look at the bundles. There are 2 bundles. We have the beautiful motifs. Now, there are 2 different stamps here that are what I call abstract designs, so you can use them in conjunction with anything. Again, the sky's the limit, but this is where your greetings are. And this is a photopolymer stamp set, so the stamps are clear. But look at the dies in this one. Now, these 3 dies are special dies. They do not cut out the image entirely. if you can see, there is separation here in the dies. So what that does is it like cuts into the paper, and then you can plump them up. So we've never had dies like that before. So I have yet to play with these, but I intend to here in the very near future. Love them. And then we have what I consider standalone dies. They do not cut out any stamped image, but you can use them in conjunction with either the words or with the other stamp set, and they are just absolutely gorgeous. So this is the first bundle. Then the next bundle is our Gallery Blooms. So this one is images. There are no words in this one. So see, they have greetings on the one and images on the other. And I love, love, love these stamps. It too is a photopolymer stamp set. But look at these dies. It is a double sheet of dies. This particular die cuts out 2 frames at one time, but it also gives you a really nice rectangle bevel piece that cuts out from the middle. That is great to use on other things as well. I love this die. And then we have dies again that cut out images. So this particular die would cut out this stamped image. Now the images shown on here are smaller than what the stamp really is. So just wanted to let you know that. And then we have standalone dies in here too. So these 2 dies are considered standalone. They do not cut out an image. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more standalone images to layer with these. But then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more dies that cut out the other 4 images that are here. Oh, this is a phenomenal suite of products. I use it a lot. Yeah, so you won't be sorry if you add this to your stash. Just saying. Okay. So those are the 2 bundles that we're going to be focusing on. I am going to bring in this one. Most of you who have followed me know that one of my go-to sets of dies is Stylish Shapes. I am going to be using an image out of there. Okay, so let's get started. We have a lot to do today, so everybody get comfortable and get ready. I have a fun fold to share with you today. That will be the last card that we do. But I also have a technique card. Don't worry, it's not hard. You're going to love it, that we are going to do together today. And then I have, of course, another card. We have 3 projects we're going to do. And I have had some requests. You used to do cards where you did, I can't remember the word you used, but it was like somebody who's starting out, and then you did another card that was a little bit more involved than that one, and then there was one that was like over the top. Can you do that again? Today's your day. We are going to do our beginner, our casual, and our avid crafters. Okay? So let's get going. So this first card that we are going to do today, we need a piece of basic white that is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And it is our perfect size. Is it A2, I believe it is, card. So I'm gonna burnish that. Then I have a piece that is, 4 by 5 1/4. This is a liner for the inside. Do you need a liner inside of a white card? No, but it always makes it look a little nicer. Then our other pieces that we have, we need another piece of basic white that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. We need a piece of crumb cake that is 3 by 4 1/2. And we need a piece of early espresso. Did I cut those right? Yes, I did. Okay, something's not right. Hold on. Hold, please. Yes, 3 by 4 1/2. And then the early espresso is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay. So early espresso crumb cake, basic white. Then we are going to use a brand new piece of cloud cover. Cloud cover is one of our brand new in colors. It happens to be one of the colors that is used in the Sweeter products. So I have a piece of cloud cover that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/2, and then I have another piece of cloud cover that is 3/4 by 3. Okay. So this is one of the cards that we actually did in my 10 card class this month. So again, this is for a beginner stamper. And so what I'm first going to do is take my snips, and I am going to find the middle of my piece. Now, you're probably not going to be able to see this, so let me see. Okay, there is the line. Okay. So I'm going to try to do it up here. What I like to do is find the middle of this, find a line, and then I go up 1/4 of an inch, and I put a little mark with my scissors, okay? Then I take my snips, I cut up to that mark, and then I cut from the corner to that point, and from the corner to that point, so that my banner is cut centered. Hopefully, there isn't always a guarantee, but if you take your time, you'll get it. Okay, so on this one, I am going to be using our rewind. We are going to be using Early Espresso ink. So I'm going to open up Early Espresso, and I'm going to grab my greeting, and it says, "Thank you for everything." So I'm going to ink this one up. It is a photopolymer stamp, so it is clear. With our photopolymer stamps, you do want a piercing mat to put under it, so that when you press down on the stamp, you get a nice image when you're done stamping. So there is that. And then one more piece to stamp. We need this piece of white, and we need the main image from the gallery. And I'm not sure what flower these are, so for those of you who are my gardeners, is this a peony? To me, it looks like a peony, but like I said, I am not one that knows all on flowers. So now I'm going to look down through my block, and I'm actually going to remove this one because it's hard to see white paper on white paper. There we go. So now I can tell where the top and the bottom is, and I'm going to set that down and just give it a minute for the ink to transfer. Okay, so there we go. That is all stamped. Now we just need to put our card together. This one you can stamp on it. Let's do that real quick, actually. I'm going to bring this back in with the scrap and bring in my Early Espresso again. I always like to bring a little bit of something from the outside to the inside. I don't need the whole image. I'm just going to simply put our flower down on the bottom. There we go. That's it. That's going to be the inside. Okay, there we go. Now we can put it together. So flip this over. I'm going to bring in my liquid adhesive, which is our Tombow Multi Liquid Glue. And you just need a little bit. A little bit goes a long ways with this. Okay, there is my liner. Then on the outside, I need this cloud cover piece. Remember, this is our beginner stamper. So she only needs to take a sip to start stamping. She needs S is for stamps, I is for ink, and P is for paper. So our beginner stamper is just stamps, ink, and paper. So this is our beginner card. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on here, and then this is going to get centered on our crumb cake. I'm going to flip this over, put adhesive on here. So our beginner stamper, when she first started stamping, not only did she get stamps, ink, and paper, but she got her some of her basic tools. So she got a couple of different adhesives, and she got her bone folder and her paper snips. So now we're going to put adhesive on here, which is one of the Tombow multi-liquid glue. She picked up her liquid glue, but she also picked up a package of dimensionals. So she's going to glue that flat. Then she's going to take this one, flip it over, and find my dimensionals here. And now we are going to put on a couple of dimensionals here. Peel off the backing. And then this is going to go on here like so. There we go. There is card number 1. Again, she was our beginner stamper. So see, even though it's a basic card, isn't that pretty? So this kind of gives you an idea of what we do at our 10 card class. Okay. Now our next card is our technique card. And for this card, you are going to need a piece of our new cloud cover. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Line up the corners of the card. Use our bone folder. Burnish with a B, burnish, so that lays flat. Then we need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 of basic white. That's for the inside. Then we will need a piece of basic white that is 3 by 4 1/4. Then we need a piece of the new Secret C that is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. I know, 1/8 inch. I'm sorry. Then we need a piece of cloud cover that is 1 by 3 1/4. And then we need a piece of mossy meadow that is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. And we need 2 pieces of Secret C that are 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. And with these, I'm going to take my dies and run them through the machine and cut out my images. So I've already done that ahead of time. Likewise with that smaller piece of cloud cover, remember the other set of dies, the stylish shaped dies. I ran that through the machine and die cut that already. And then on this card, remember this is our casual stamper. She's starting to collect things. So she has her dies, she's got her paper, her inks, and she already had a couple of an extra die in her stash, but she also got this, which is our DSP. And this one is 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay? So I am going to start with our technique so it can dry and do what it needs to do while we are putting things together. Okay, so this is a technique that I did with our team the other night. We do a Zoom meeting every week with our team. We do some stamping sometimes, we do some techniques sometimes. And we talk business, and we just have a great time. So if you are looking for a community to be part of, we would love to have you be part of our team. We have so much fun on our team. And then for this technique, we are going to need the E block. Okay, so this is our E block that we use for our stamps. And so for this technique, I am going to be using Cloud Cover ink, Secret C ink, and Mossy Meadow ink. Now, I want to tell you what this is. This is one of our uninked cubes. This is the way they look when you receive them. This one was in here, right in here. So you have to add your own ink. They are uninked. We are having a quality issue with the ink pads from the cloud cover, because our ink pads, these ink pads are firm foam, and there is a chemical reaction between the ink and the foam that it's changing, altering the color of the ink after it has been stamped. And Stampin' Up! Is so picky about that. They do not want a discrepancy in that color, right? That's the color that we want. So right now, the full-size ink pad and the cloud cover is not available, but you can get the re-inker, and you can get a package of the uninked spots and create your own, which is what I did. So I just kept inking this until it had ink on it. So that is where I'm getting my cloud cover ink from. Now this technique has a couple of different names for it. It has a clear block stamp, and it's also known as faux watercoloring. And you'll see why here in just a minute. So I'm doing a decent amount of the cloud cover, meaning I am inking up 3/4 of my block with the cloud cover, because I know what I want my finished image to look like. And now I'm opening up the Secret C, and now I'm going to add some of the Secret C ink to the block. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and just quickly wipe off some of that extra here, like so. Don't worry about it. Okay, this is a technique. It's cool. It'll work out. But I didn't want my inks to become muddy, and that's where the inks combine together. And so now I cleared off a spot for my Mossy. Okay, can you see that? They come up to each other, but they don't cross, okay? This is where the faux comes in. I'm going to take one of our Stampin' Misters. There is water in here. And so now I'm going to take my block, and I'm going to mist water on here. Can you see how it starts to move? That's why I said you do not have to worry about the colors meeting up, because when you put enough water on it, it will run. And don't worry about that blob. We're going to set that down, and this is why I said I wanted to start this first. Okay, so just let that set there. We're letting the cardstock absorb some of that color, okay? And now, while that is doing its thing, we are going to work on putting some of this card together, okay? So now I forgot to cut another piece. I should have cut a piece that was 4 by 1/2 inch to put the same card DSP on the bottom of this to go on the inside of my card. So I can do that later. That is just another way that you can quickly add coordination to your cards. You don't necessarily have to stamp on the inside. So if you're not sure like what greeting or what image yet that you want to use, that is how you can do that. So I will cut another DSP later on and add. So I'm going to flip this over, and I am going to put adhesive on this 1 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 inch piece of DSP. And this one, I'm going to put it like 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. So there is that. I do need the edge of this. I'm going to take this banner that I cut out ahead of time, and I'm going to use our Thinking of You greeting and our Secret C ink. And so I'm going to ink up my Thinking of You greeting, and because it's clear, I can look down through my block and see where to stamp it. So there we go. There's our greeting. That is done. All right. Then I took those pieces, remember, and I die cut. So let's see if there's anything left in here that I need to poke out. So this is our take your pick tool. It's a great tool to have, especially when you are die cutting or working with small pieces, because there are different tips that you can use on here. We've got several crafting tools that you can convert this into from one handle. I have a couple of these, so I have some of our other tools set up on another handle. But can you see that pokey tool? So you can pierce holes in your item if you need holes. But you can also remove some of these shreds or chads, however you want to say them. The remnants that you don't want out of your dies. It just helps for that. Okay, so there is that. All those are poked out. Okay, so our stamping is done. Our die cutting is done. So now let's come back to our main piece. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to peel this down, and there it is. Every time you do this, it's going to look a little bit different. It is going to get loud, so I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I am going to remove this because I don't want to melt my Stamp and Pierce mat. But I need to dry this piece, and so I'm going to take my heat tool. Remember our casual stamper. She's got a few stamping supplies already in her stash. And so she's using a heat tool to help dry the piece that she just watercolored on. I like to flip it over, dry both sides. It is very porous, the paper, so it absorbs the water a lot. And so I'm just going to dry this. It doesn't have to be 100%, but the drier the better. And every time you do this technique, you are going to get a different look. Okay, one more time on this side, so it lays a little flatter. Now, I will tell you, when you go to adhere this down, you need a little more adhesive, right? Because it's curled a little bit due to the moisture. So I'm going to take my liquid glue and put some adhesive on here, plenty of adhesive so it doesn't curl up. And then this is going to go onto that Secret C piece of cardstock. And just give it some time. I want to flip it over so I can put good pressure on it. Give the glue some time to work, because remember, it was worked from the ink. Okay, so there it is, just like that. Now, I want to build on this one, so I'm going to bring in a crafting sheet. If you do not yet have a crafting sheet, I highly recommend it. It's easier to clean up, but I'm going to take some of our liquid glue and put it on pieces of my leaves and images. And so I heard somebody say the other day, a good way to do this adhesive is dot, dot, not a lot. So you don't need a whole lot, a little dab will do ya. So that dot, dot, not a lot kind of sticks in your head, doesn't it? Okay, so now I'm going to take this, looking for my tweezers, and pick up my image, and now this is going to go on here like so. Okay, so we put that down. Now we have our two blue floral pieces. Again, these were die cut out of the Secret C. Again, dot, dot, not a lot. Just pick some spots where you want adhesive. Dot, dot, not a lot. You have time. I know you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you glue the other one down? It's liquid. It has time. Okay. You have plenty of time to work with it. So now I'm going to take this one, and this one is going to come up here like so. And then this one is going to come over here like so. Okay, again, you can turn it over, press and hold it a minute, give it a second to adhere. There we go. Okay, now I want to get those dimensionals out and flip this over, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. Okay, and while I have dimensionals out, I want a couple dimensionals on the back of my greeting. Okay. So this is going to get centered on here, okay? And then take the dimensionals off from our greeting, and this is going to go on there like so. There we go. There is card number 2. What do you think about card number 2? Again, she is our casual stamper. She's got a little bit more than our beginner. She's been stamping a little while, and so she had a few extra things that she had collected for her stamping. Okay? Now, are you ready? We're getting to our avid stamper. Now, this stamper, she wants everything, right? That's me. She wants it all. So, on this card, this is our fun fold. We have a piece of pecan pie, again 8.5 by 5.5, but this time I scored at 4 1/4, excuse me, and 2 1/8. So on this one, we're going to fold it in half. So we're going to line up our corners, burnish, and then this one is going to go backwards. So you want this one to line up here, and again, burnish that crease, and I like to do it on both sides. So there we go. So this is our fun fold. This is how it's going to be. Again, it's just a regular card. It's just folded differently, right? Okay, now remember, she's our avid stamper, so she has everything. So she cut a piece of DSP that was 4 by 5 1/4, and my paper trimmer was a little rough on this one and left an edge I don't like, so I'm just going to take my snips and clean it up a little bit. There we go. So that's for the inside. I also took a piece of that DSP. This one is 2 by 5 1/8. So this one, I'm sorry, hold on, 2 by 5 3/8, sorry, and that's going to go on here like so. Then we need a piece of basic white that is 2 1/4 by 3. We need a piece of basic white that is 3/8 of an inch by 1 3/4. We need a piece of Mossy Meadow 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. We need a piece of basic beige that is 4 by 5 1/2. And we need another DSP, a coordinating piece of DSP that is 2 1/2 by Yes, 2.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, now with these pieces, so the green piece, as you can see, I ran it through, cut out another die like we did on the last one. Okay, the basic beige, that was 4 by 5 1/2. I ran it through the machine. And remember the double frame? I took the double frame, okay, and cut it out from here. I already set aside the inside piece. I took the smaller frame and ran it through my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine with the damask folder. That is the one that I want, okay? And then I need another piece of basic beige that is the same size as this frame. So this one is 2 5/8 by 4 3/8. Yes, it's 8. So you can see that it is the same size. Okay, it's going to make sense here in just a moment. Okay, so with this one, she also has some Stampin' Blends. So we have our light Mossy Meadow, and we have our light Crumb Cake, and she is going to be using Pecan Pie ink. So we're going to bring in our mat. We are going to bring in our white piece, and we are going to stamp our image, use the Stampin' Blends, and color in our leaves, or our image, and die cut it out. And I've already done that for you. So there is that. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's start putting this together. So I'm going to take this piece and flip it over. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And then this is going to get mounted on here. Okay, like so. Then this piece, we're going to put adhesive on here. And this one is going to go on here like so. Okay. And so now, before we put our liner in here, we need to work on our outside piece. So this piece, I am going to take my adhesive, and I am going to put a little adhesive right around that inner frame, okay? And then you're going to flip this over, hold it over your image so you get it where you want, okay? So there we go. Look at how pretty that DSP just does so much work for you, doesn't it? It's amazing. Okay, so now I am going to take this image, and it is going to go over to the side here. I don't want to cover up too much of the design. So again, bringing in that mat, I know that this side is going to overhang a little bit. So being careful of where I put my adhesive, and again, the same dot, dot, not a lot. Okay. Let's put some of this on. Okay. And get my tweezers out. Okay. And so this is going to go off to the side. So now you can see why I didn't put adhesive under these, because when this is on here, you don't want it to stick to that bottom, right? So now I'm going to take my snips and just snip off a little bit of that. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm going to put dimensionals under this. And so I've got our mini dimensionals, and I like to take a highlighter and highlight the tops of my dimensionals so that when I'm working white on white, I can tell if the backings have been removed or not. And don't go away. I know I'm keeping you a little over today, but I have some other samples that I want to share with you. So this one is going to go over here like so. Now we're bringing in our card. This is going to get centered on here. So I'm going to flip it from top to bottom. Don't worry about what the back side looks like. Again, center it. And the reason I'm doing that is so that when I put my dimensionals on, I can keep them from going over the edge where I don't want them. And you're going to see that here in just 1 second. So again, dimensionals on, peel off the backing, then again flip it top to bottom, recenter it on the card. There we go. So see, when I open it, it works, right? So now what we're going to do is we are going to take our beige piece, basic beige. I'm going to put adhesive on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this. Remember, they're the same size. So I'm going to line up the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to take this one and close it down. The reason I do that is so when this is closed, you cannot see the liner. Okay? So not hard. You just have to remember, put it down, put your cardstock on, put adhesive on it, and then close this side down so that it all lines up. So now we've got a little bit more to do. I need my greeting. So I want to bring that in, bring in my mat. And let's see, I think I'm going to use mossy meadow on this one, so it stands out a little more. And we are going to stamp just a note, again in the middle of our piece, just like so. Okay. And then this one, we are going to do snip and a snip. There we go. And then this is going to go on here, up here. And again, I want to put a couple dimensionals on it. Okay, remember, she does all the things, right? So, we're not done yet. We've got just a little bit more. This is going to go on here, like so. I have a bow that I made from the ribbon. And I'm looking for my mini glue dots. And then we have the embellishments to use. And then we're going to take a look at some more samples here. So here is the bow. It's going to go on here like so. And then we need, oops, I did hear some of my embellishments escaped. I have to go find them. It's all good. Okay, so we're going to put some embellishments in. I'm going to do a larger one down here. And let's do one, oops, two up here like so. There we go. What do you think? See, so it's not a hard fun fold. You just have to be particular about how you put the inside in. So let's take a look. Card number 1, card number 2, and here is our third card, all from the same stamp sets. The same suite, rather, of products. Now, this technique, here's a couple of cards I did for you. I saw my friend Heidi do this one. So I fell in love with it. So this was my first one I did to practice, to show you how you can do that same technique. Then I used this stamp set again. Look, very similar to this. Changed up the colors, changed up the technique. Look at the difference. Then I used an embossing folder on here to dress that up. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the samples from this suite of products. So I have this one, and we have this one, using our Stampin' Blends to color it in. Here's using the larger frame, some of those dies and the grading. Then we have this one that's really beefed up. Again, using the DSP, some different colors other than what they used. Then there was a country looking flower in there, and so when I saw that, I was like, you know what? We've got some wood grain paper. I want to cut a frame from wood to make it look like an actual picture frame. So I thought it was very country looking, so I wanted the flowers to look more like daisies. That is another set of flowers in the stamp set. And then there was this one that I did that is a fun fold. So this one is like that, and that uses that one background stamp. So there you go. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of extra time with me today. I hope you have enjoyed these products that I've shared with you. Again, the sweet deal is on right now to the end of the month. So maybe this is some product you want to take another look at. As always, if you have any other questions, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you. Okay, I want you to get the best bang for your buck. So let me know how I can help you. Don't forget to go online and look at everything, because not everything is in our catalogs, okay? Don't miss out on things. There are other suites online, so it's not just the suites that are in the catalog. There are suites online as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I will see you next Friday for Live on Friday. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.